If I were to start a YouTube channel in 2025, what would I do differently? Or what would I change about what I did with my own experience? Okay, I have one main tip. I'm going to spill it now and we'll circle back to it. I think you should practice filming and potentially editing before you launch your channel. Okay? So stick with me. First of all, when you're going to come up with a YouTube channel and you want to start it, you're going to think about the common things: branding, like logo, like what is the title of your channel? Are you going to niche, and how broad of a niche obviously are you going to do? Are you vlogging? Are you educating? What is your purpose? Who is your audience? All these like kind of like SEO and establishing kind of things. You're going to think about them and you're going to work through them. Some other things I recommend you are doing during this research time is figuring out more detail on your topics, content idea list. You should come up with like 50 YouTube video ideas. If you can't come up with that, don't launch your channel. That's my personal opinion. And then within that, what are your main pillars of content or your main categories, which then can be turned into playlist on your channel. You're thinking of all these things before you launch your channel. And then maybe you script your first video, you film it, you edit it, and you upload it. I don't think you should upload it. Okay. I don't think you should script it either, to be honest. I think you want to do the most simple thing you can. And this is what I think you should do. Practice. And you don't even have to film content. Say your content is going to be restaurant content of some sort, and that's what your channel is going to be about. You don't need to do that. But what I recommend is every morning, film yourself talking to the camera. You could be saying, "Good morning. Today I'm going to wear a purple shirt and it's really nice and I like how it fits me. It's comfortable, yada, yada, yada," and just talk to the camera. Practice speaking to the camera. And I want you to film yourself every single day. Do this as long as you want. It could be a month, it could be 3 months, it could be 6 months before you launch your channel. I know you want to launch it, but just pause, just bear with me. So you're filming yourself daily. If you can do it twice a day, morning and evening, or on your lunch break, do it as many times a day as you can. And then if you want to, you could save these videos to look back at them and see your progress. You could save one per week or just save that first video, whatever you want to do, or just erase them all right after you do it. Clear your memory and erase it. You don't need it. The point is you are working on your camera relationship and presence. Also just learning when you watch it back how you looked on camera and what you did and like, oh, that didn't look good or the lighting wasn't great. And you just learn. I wish I would have taken more time to do that before launching my channel. Once you launch your channel, you're just analyzing all the analytics and you're looking at this and you're learning how to schedule and you're filling out the description every time. And yes, I know you can do that in bulk, but still linking things and creating thumbnails and actually creating titles. And there's so much more work involved. And it's a lot of things to learn at once. So what I'm saying is learn the camera presence first. Learn how to film yourself a little bit first. And if possible, learn a little bit about editing as well. I will say this idea is not completely my own. I believe it was Think Media or a Think Media podcast video, and Sean Cannell had somebody on and discussed how they launched their channel and did really well really fast. And the guy basically said I practiced before I launched. I learned how to film, I learned how to edit, I learned how to do these things. So then on day one when he launched, he was already at this level instead of being at this level. And I know some people would argue it's really cool to see your progression over time, and it is cool to see that. But do I need my first YouTube channel videos to be zeros? And I'm just saying on a scale of 1 to 10. How long do I want to have zeros on my channel? Or do I take a little time in advance and work privately on getting better at how to do video? And maybe my first couple videos on my channel are 3s. I would rather that, because my thing is I don't want to go back and erase videos because then you're losing hours. And I know you could private them or make them unlisted, but then you're losing your content in a sense. And if you're trying to create playlists or if you're then linking to those old videos, if they're garbage, that's kind of embarrassing. And I don't mean it in an embarrassing way, but it's not quality. Let's put it that way. It doesn't maybe represent your channel well. So I wish some of my earlier videos either weren't on my channel, and I know I can get rid of them, but it bothers me to get rid of them. Or I wish I would have learned a little bit before I launched and before I jumped into getting so busy with all the other stuff. There's a lot of stuff, let me tell you. I know lately people are saying editing isn't as important. It's not as necessary. Just film yourself and put it out there. I agree with that to a certain extent, but I think we got to be careful of that. And I'm saying practice filming, and maybe certain days, if you have time, practice editing that video just for fun. Learn a little bit of editing skills, but the focus is your abilities on camera. It's your camera presence and your just relationship with the viewer. Okay, so that's what we're working on most importantly. The second would be editing and just learning how to edit a little bit faster so that once you launch that channel, you can just get at it and get it done. I still think editing is important. I don't think it's the end all be all. And if you want to hear more about that, check out this video coming up on the screen now. It is my argument against posting bad YouTube videos. Okay, so check that out for further detail on editing and posting bad videos onto your channel and why I don't completely agree with it. If you don't see it on the screen now, it will be linked in the description. Thanks so much. See you in the next one.